Hey YouTubers, Mutton Chop Piper here again. Well, first of all, before we get started, I wanted to thank all of you people who have subscribed to my channel. I haven't got a whole lot of you yet, but I'm hoping word of mouth and people coming across the videos will find their way to my channel and discover all the information that I have to offer. I hope the information has been educational and that you have learned something, and I hope those that come behind you will learn as well. All right, today we're doing another chat by the fireside, as you can see, and today I'd like to talk about aeration. Now, what is aeration? Aeration is the introduction of oxygen into a non-oxygenated area. So why does it pertain to pipes? Well, I got to thinking about this the other night, and I have to do it ever so often, but not very often, but every once in a while. And it just so happens I had to do it the other night. When you light your pipe, of course you've got your bowl full of tobacco. Then you do your char light. Now when you fill your bowl with tobacco, you know that you need to pack it loosely. You trickle it in, you just using, of course, the marshmallow method. Just push it down in there, but not too tight, so that way the air can circulate. And you put the next sprinkle in and push it a little bit harder, and then the final sprinkle in to where there's like little hairs sticking out of the top of your bowl. Got a pipe here where the hairs are sticking up the top of your bowl. Now, the thing about it is once you light your pipe and you've done your char light, you're just, you've got that ember going and you're puffing away and you're enjoying your pipe. You're sipping in the smoke and you're letting it linger, and then you're blowing it out. Sipping in the smoke, letting it linger, blowing it out. Well, as you know, ever so often you have to look down in there and say, okay, well, my ash bed is not against my unburnt tobacco, so let me push it down in there. Okay, so you push it down in there. This happens about mid-bowl, and it might have already happened to you guys several times, and you're like, well, what am I doing wrong? What the heck? Why won't it stay lit? What happens is, for those new pipe smokers, it's probably happening a lot more than it is for those people that have been smoking for a while. But you really don't know how much pressure to put on that ash bed to put it against the unburnt tobacco. So sometimes you push a little bit too hard. When that happens, you've taken the tobacco that you've used that marshmallow method and just barely made sure it's tight but not too tight, and now it's too tight. The air can't get into it. So what's the solution? You're like, okay, well, I've already lit my pipe. It's halfway down the bowl. I want to finish it. So what do? This is what you do. See the spike in the middle? That's what that little spike is for. So you have no air in the tobacco down here. So you have to introduce air or oxygen. So what you do is you take your little spike here and you just push it down into a couple of areas. Now don't do it, don't get in there and mix up the tobacco or whatever. You just want to lightly push down a couple of times and create a couple of holes down in that unburnt tobacco. Once you do that, then take your tamper and lightly tamp that unburnt or the burnt tobacco back down onto the unburnt tobacco. Now, you need to make sure that you go on the side here. Side. Don't do it right in the center where the draw hole is. Because if you do it right where the draw hole is, and let me tell you, this is by experience because I totally forgot the other night. I just said, well, I want to finish this bowl. It's getting late. So I just kind of pushed in a couple of times, tampered down that ash, put it in my mouth, struck my lighter, started to draw, and guess what I got? A whole mouthful of, that's right, ash. I had to jump up, run to the bathroom, fill my mouth with water, and when I spit it out, it was just ash everywhere. So I kicked myself, and I'm like, you idiot. So make sure that you aerate on the sides or the front, but don't do it right over that draw hole, because if you do, you'll get a mouthful of ash. So let's review real quick. Aeration is introducing oxygen into a non-oxygenated area. It usually happens about halfway down. If you tamp that burnt tobacco down on an unburnt tobacco too hard, it's going to compact the tobacco underneath, and it won't be able to get any oxygen. So you're going to have to introduce oxygen somehow. So you take your tool here, your pointy. You can use a nail. If you don't have one of these, you can use a nail just as well. Don't make it one of those 16-penny huge nails. You know, a finishing nail would be the best. And then you just go to the side here and the side there. Never aerate right over your draft hole, because if you do, you're going to have a mouthful of ash like I did the other night. So I just thought about that the other night when I was aerating. I said, you know what? I don't know. I haven't really seen anybody talk about this on YouTube. So maybe I'll pass on that information and pass on some of my experience on doing that. So, and the way you'll know that you need to aerate is if you put your pipe in your mouth and you light it, and you get about 2 or 3 puffs and it goes out. So you light it again, 2 or 3 puffs, it'll go out. Light again, 2 or 3 puffs, it'll go out. And you go, what the heck is going on? Why is it doing this? It's because you pushed down too hard on that burnt tobacco onto the unburnt tobacco and created an area where no oxygen could get in. So that's pretty much all she wrote on the aeration. I just wanted to let you know that I do want to do my favorite tobacco video. You know, my favorite tobaccos of 2000 whatever. But my channel is young. I just redid it. I know I've had my other channel for about 8 months or so, but I redid this channel, and I thought, you know what? I think what I'll do is I will just wait until December of 2016 and give you my 10 best that I think 10 best tobaccos that I like. Now right now I'm going through some tobacco reviews on my Facebook page so that I can come up with 18 of my all-time favorite tobaccos. Those are tobaccos that I want to constantly, you know, if I grab one, I know it's going to be good every single time. I think I've got about 6 of them already up there. I've got some aromatics and some crossover English. So I'm hoping by the time I get to December, I'll have all 18 and I'll be able to select at least 10 of them that I feel are the best ones that I've got. Well, that's about it. I hope you enjoy sitting by the fire and kind of enjoying a little bit of chat. I'm not sure, when I'm doing the videos like this, I'm just, whatever comes to mind or whatever I'm thinking about, or, you know, if I see something I think you'd be interested in, or if I hear something I think that you should know, then we'll sit by the fire and have a little chat, and we'll talk about it. So until then, or until another instructional video I have, I want to wish you and your family happy piping.